major. It's sort of like Payne. They had a really peak earlier this year at the major. How 9Z had a peak at Dallas. It's always a second chance here at the IEMs for the more international, foreign competition, if you will. The less dominant regions.
Ooh, nice one from Malbs. That's first blood. I'm not Dinko. He's not Moses. Malbs dead. Aristos doubles down. Just like that, eh? Just like that. That B-site's yours. And with it comes the bomb plant. Hunter not able to do anything as he gets attacked from both ends. And Story turns it around on ramp. So lo and behold, unless we get a Kovac clutch in the first round of this series, it's looking like sAw have a T-side to be proud of. Roman about to lock it in. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's the thing about sAw. When they're good, they're good. And just for the record, if we were Dinko and Moses, I'd be Moses.
Yes, that's true.
So
that's all right. Dinko brings youthful vigor to the server. What's Moses got?
Stubble.
Yeah, okay.
So,
well, not stumbling. sAw straight down into the B sites. Individuals look strong. Tethering was nice.
The conversation with sAw is that they can be a good team, and they have shown us that they can be, and they're still the same roster. So I think at the major, they pretty much choked, right? They played against Payne. That was like, oh, they just did not look like themselves at all. So there were moments where they got nervous, but they're once again sort of the underdog, right? They're a team everyone is doubting once again. They have less expectations to go deep. If they had a deep run of the major and then they made waves at Dallas or something like that, then maybe we would talk about sAw from the perspective that now they've got to match those results. But instead, they've had a downturn and a period of time where we aren't looking at some of the new young players on this lineup and going, well, when are they going to stop being good? We already are seeing a time where they have taken a dip. So I feel like that can help sAw. And again, a team, I think, before the crowd and before they get too deep into a tournament can really show that they can play CS2 at a high level. But G2 are a very difficult team to play against. Nico, in the interview before the game started, said that the fact that they can pop off is their strongest asset at the moment, and that's just a fact. I mean, I thought that Malbs was going to have a harder time getting comfortable on this lineup, but no, it's not the case at all. He was incredible throughout all the T-sides that they played so far, and I feel like it's actually unreal how much versatility he's shown considering how many role switches and everything that he's had. So it's a very hard team to prep for because their individuals are so unique.
Yeah, it felt like Malbs could have gotten bogged down. We didn't really want to see that happen. Hasn't. I think Nuke in particular was one of those maps where he was playing over towards ramp out of the gate, and it just felt like, that didn't serve him really well. But we've seen a marked improvement since those opening maps of Nuke specifically. And that just means that I think his game is continuing to be more and more well-rounded, which is a massive ask for the Guatemalan.
And maybe he was always destined to become well-rounded because he's a good player, but the fact that he did it so quickly, right? Obviously, we just see Ultimate slot into Team Liquid in phenomenal pace. Unreal, to be honest, but just as impressively, I think Malbs changing roles and everything like that and coming on to G2 and looking comfortable is just as impressive.
Very quiet approach here in the second round. sAw about to step down and find Malbs back turned. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
That's a jump scare moment. All of a sudden, your B site has been completely overwhelmed. Nico's got something to offer back, but unfortunately the formula here was m0NESY soften them up, and then eventually they walk into these pistols to get cleaned up. Not the case. sAw just avoids danger, avoids getting force bought against, and has given an open door to G2 to save the majority of all this. So,
do you think that they should add all chat to the game like PUBG or DayZ so that you could whisper to somebody to make them turn around and then shoot them?
No, I think we should definitely add back the ability to talk to your opponents at halftime. Yeah. I think that 30 seconds was
it was therapeutic.
Yeah, it was. It really.
I think it keeps you humble. Those 30 seconds.
It does.
Yeah.
It really gives you faith in humanity. Those 30 seconds. Really.
It's a nice reset.
Gives you a chance to
for the soul.
Share competitive respects
honesty
for one another.
Yes.
But no, I don't need
So
anybody.
a lot of my biggest fans are talking during those 30 seconds, Connor.
I don't need anybody whispering in my ear while I'm hiding in vent. So peak. Let's see what they can do here. G2 coming in again, as we said, still with majority of the last round. Looks like a little tempo change in stark contrast to that total ramp creep of the round prior. Maybe because you get the 5v4 and there's smoke in your face. Don't overcook this. Don't be running in haphazardly. But instead, the redirection over towards the ramp. m0NESY's not going to be able to shoot too much, but maybe somebody oversteps into his line of fire, or maybe they circumvent him straight down to the B site. They'll go yet again.
Like you said, not overcooked.
sAw coming through with a possible 3-0 start on this T side. Now, Snacks, a little off the mark, unfortunately. And even that flash just to make sure the bomb gets planted. Like, we're really playing clean CS here, sAw. Really making sure nobody fumbles.
The number one thing we hate to see on anti-ecos like this from an underdog team is taking too long and scouring the map too much and going down to 30 seconds and picking a site, because that's when the better team can stack and will make the better stack happen quickly.
Which is why I think this round was perfect, essentially, from sAw. It's aggression out of the gate, boom, 5v4. Pause and no rushing into a potentially stacked site, but then, like you're mentioning, not wasting any time, even popping open the CT ramp smoke, disrespecting it, going B. It's a little bit of aggression, it's a pause, and it's a re-aggression, Mohan. We're not wasting time here, sAw. They know they had the edge in this one. They lose a couple bodies, sure, but it's just the scout of Hunter saved in the end, and that 3-0 T side secured.
2 in the end is pretty good here, even though it is the final seconds for G2. They'll take that before we move on to a full rifle with m0NESY on a bigger scope, and they'll put pressure on a sAw, who are coming in with what they left with, and have actually done a great job of building up some economy here. So if things go awry, they might have 2 in a row.
Hunter early damage, that ain't pretty. Man gets pelted.
Yeah, he's gotta be careful, because no smoke, and oh, that's a great response.
Just an excellently placed grenade for Roman to have to deal with. We haven't had much outer play, but sAw seemingly starting to set their sights on it. Of course, that's going to be essentially deciding to take a chunk out of Nico. You know, if you're playing G2 and you're going outside, you're going to have your hands full with Nico.
He's the yard bully.
King of the castle.
Some say the final boss.
See? He just vibes out here,
You
Mohan.
have to be in tune with those timings, so no one better than Nico. Maybe Donk. Sometimes.
Doesn't overdo it, but actually does stick around. And I mean, that's 3 bodies spotted, but not all of them go downstairs. Story's going to take a different road here.
You can tell the prep is so good. They just lined up perfectly, waiting for that moment.
You can see the caution from m0NESY as he comes out from hell, thinking maybe somebody does encroach. And nice, aware, waits for it. Loses half his health, but m0NESY comes down with another on Erasdos. And so Muteris and Roman, they sit here in sight on half HP, but this is just going to be Hunter keeping an eye up top just in case. There's the chance somebody had still climbed up. Now they've spotted the last 2 remaining players who will be lucky if they get a plant, because the bomb's not theirs, Mo.
No time.
More than luck is needed here. The grace of God to somehow teleport that bad boy into the site. This one, all for naught. G2's first.
What if you could purchase time? I don't know, I'm coming up with these really silly ideas.
Yeah, what'd you have for breakfast today?
Make the
What do you?
rounds longer. A burger.
Yeah.
Oh, but that's a good round. I mean, it's still a good round at sAw. I mean, Nico does an excellent job of finding this timing spam on yard. And it looks lucky, but at the same time, it's Nico. It's not the first time that he's going to do that. He knows when you're crossing, when your smokes are up, what he's watching for. And when he was on Breakable, watching for the final secret cross, they were good about, you know, they were maybe a little bit slow to get into secret, but they were all watching Nico's position at the same time and found that trade. So I still saw some bright spots there for sAw, even though they lost the round.
Like you alluded to, right? Keeping the money up. So we get the back-to-back for sAw. You're allowed to lose one. But Nico, again, through that smoke, is going to keep peppering down your health. A lot of utility over the top of main. He looks for another duel. Oh, Ujerks, gives him one between the eyes, drops around main, and this time with the smoke down, there's no chance for Mobs to come out with what was that critical 2K1 round prior.
Look how free they're playing now that they killed Nico outside.
Mobs gets aggressive instead. Plays into the lobby with support, but with no contact here.
This is almost a done situation, right? There's no one upstairs. They can take over Heaven control. They can stop the ladder, crawl up, and Roman's just clearing out dead angles here.
But also starting to double back is Monacy.
Oh, you jerks. How's he playing this? They didn't go up top. He's just protecting the ladder, which is interesting. Whew. It does the same job, and they know that no one's up in Heaven right now. I mean, they're half sure about it, but now they'll find out.
There's a lot of tense little crawly moments on this round, but nobody's willing to kind of peek around that one extra door frame that would have given either Monacy the chance to kill outside of Heaven.
The branching paths from these kills are so clear, right, for sAw. We saw that when Nico died outside. There was a set path for you jerks to just run to Heaven and protect that ladder. They didn't go into it. They don't try to find more info. They already know how the rest of the round is going to play out. And they win this with an evacuated A site as they walked in. I don't think that's happened by accident either. Really, I think these last couple of rounds have shown that sAw are ready for G2's nuke.
It was clear, too, the round prior. You get the kill on Nico. We see them slow walk towards Hell, only to be caught out by Mobs. This time they smoke off that window instantly.
And honestly, moments like that shine a light on how good Mobs is in those raw duels and what G2 can offer from that perspective. You could be right about your position, but if you aren't laser sharp, they are going to win their duels with people like Mobs, Nico, Hunter, Monacy.
Nice!
Coach Barry.
Yeah, that's someone I would definitely trust to help you prep correctly. Big Bear. The way he walks up to them, it's like, you might be in trouble.
Yeah, you might be.
But then it's actually all good because you won.
So keep that flowing here if you're sAw. Feels like there's been this isolation of Nico in these last couple of rounds. It was no outer play from the pistol and conversions, but let's see if this keeps coming out from sAw, whether or not they keep trying to pressure Hell without climbing into Heaven. You know, they remained cautious of it, but felt like they've got a good read.
It's interesting because you actually have a better chance of probably... Oh, okay.
Ouch.
Uterus walks into that.
Something different to deal with. Ujerks trying to get into ramp. Mobs, he's content to get the one and done. He's out of there. God damn. Monacy just lets the op ring out, and that's enough to deter them. Slows him down at least. Story trying to back off a little bit as his teammates do indeed take over the ramp room. It's a very fast 5 versus 3 that G2 could just congeal in, but no, they want a little more. And in wanting more, they could overstep into Story's crosshair. Once this smoke fades, we'll see if everybody comes back to split this. Snacks,
oh, just missed it.
Up he goes.
Is he going to come back down?
Oh, this is slippery. He's taking a peek down. He sees the op fire, doesn't take a shot, then he will. Oh, slides up that ladder with perfect timing. Snacks is ratty. Roman unable to get into the A play, so this one's falling completely flat for sAw. Oof. This is perfection. A very mobile Monacy to get the opening pick outer to go support Mobs, who got his. I mean, each individual moment there between Monacy, Mobs, Snacks, perfection, Launders, perfection.
Yes, it's true. It was perfect. And yeah, the kills are just so clean. You see the Mobs used only a couple of bullets. Snacks doesn't miss a shot here. Did they take any damage?
Man, I wouldn't have been surprised if not.
Yeah, and Mobs, I mean, that's your job on ramp. It's not glamorous all the time. You get one kill, run away, but when it's clean like that, my God.
But nice, fast adaptation. Good trade frag from Snacks. He wants to dive sight. He's going to get split, but the op's coming out from main. That could help him. He gets stuffed by Aristos. Mobs also deleted, and the headshots just blasting away now.
Wow, Snacks actually made a great move. He just didn't complement it with the right swing. Tried to crawl around the site.
What a quick changeup from sAw. And what an absolute sea of headshots. But if anybody's going to return that favor ×3, you'd look to Nico. Molotov's not going to fluster Aristos, but he peeks in. And he gives Nico a chance to win this. He's got the kit, the bomb at the halfway point. Now he's just got to crank that speed, get in with tempo. It's a hut position from Story, but bomb's not planted for him. And a tap, yeah, gets him to bite down. He'll find the kill, but just not enough time for Nico. Still, all 3 kills and an off saved for m0NESY. That is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that's kind of big. Very nicely done. All 5 dead from sAw at the hands of Nico. Never say no way when it's that guy. But just a couple seconds off of a real chance. And Snax, yeah, again, makes the right play, but the pop is perfect. I mean, and especially when you get a snapshot of the entire site from your mini player who just got a kill. Much confidence for your players who are coming out of hut to know they don't have to clear top hut. Mustang is open.
Another quick one. Roman wants to dive. Hunter eats the flash. We saw the frustration last round, and it doesn't get easier. Now Muterus holds off flank, and things going perfectly once more. G2 absolutely trounced yet again. Nico, we saw him get the 1v3 in the frags, not the clutch, and already having to tuck his tail and walk away. Back-to-back hyper-aggressive moves from sAw, and Story, no save this time.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Wow,
are we watching? I mean, what are these reads?
It's a clinic. It's perfect. I mean, I don't know about reads. Stylistically, though, after that slow round where they just kind of got picked apart and lost, it was very nice to see a high-tempo, fast-paced call in the next one, and maybe that caught G2 off guard mentally, who thought, oh, wait, well, sAw are probably a little bit more scared of us, so they're going to take us more serious, they're going to slow it down even more, maybe, and then back-to-back upper pops. And not only that, a different kind this time. It's the trailing flash that comes out to bait Hunter into staring at the squeaky smoke just in case it gets popped, and then he dies. And again, when Hunter dies or the mini player dies on the upper hit, everything falls apart. It's so much more difficult for your anchor to get any frags.
Like, just keep going, guys. Also, this round before, it was really good. Just keep going. You are calling so good, Mut.
Yeah, no reason to change much. No fine-tuning needed. This is already elite.
You know what's good when everyone can focus on their crosshairs.
Just keep going. And look at
that's
this.
it. That's the move, man.
Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Because they can't. Yeah, they don't have the utility to block on a round like this.
We hear it with the listening. He said, your calling is good. Just keep going. And the calling remains cerebral. Perfect call for this situation. Already in the post plant in the opening 20 seconds. Man. I mean, Barry doesn't have to work today.
No, he doesn't. I mean, and maybe he's working just the right amount, right? He did all the prep, and then he clearly can believe in his IGL, who he's clearly intent on only supporting if things go wrong, and if not, why should he try to make the game about him? They already know what to do. And this lead is staggering, but it's also accurately representative of how good sAw have been playing so far. This is top quality gaming out of them.
Story is in T-spawn. He's in T-spawn. There's a T in T-spawn, so the CTs can't save here. Have you seen this? Oh!
Okay. All right, well, they don't get the second op. That's nice, though.
They're so confident in the opening round that they're denying saves by holding the back of their own spawn.
That is actually unreal.
I don't know if I've ever seen this. Story was never even needed in this last one.
Yeah, what is happening here? They're chasing down a TNT spot.
Oh, sure. G2.
This has been, so far, this has been a masterclass from sAw.
Awesome. Oof. And it's also been glimpses of greatness from some of the stars of G2. m0NESY gives us one here. We've seen Critical Mobs 2Ks. We've seen a Nico 3K. Roman, gets dinked, so Snax is going to try to keep pummeling him with bullets, but it's actually Hunter top hut to shut this one down, so...
I shouldn't have said anything.
No, you shouldn't have. Should have shut up.
But if I didn't say it then, could I have said it after this round? Because they look a bit better. And maybe I should definitely stop talking. Story.
You know, much like Barry, it's not about you, Launders. Trying to leave your impact on this masterclass of a T side out of sAw. Nico gets aggressive outer, spotting that we've still got sAw back in spawn. He has no reason to give away this 2v4 opening.
That would only give him a chance to
so at
make the round
55 seconds, we save. Story says, come get it. I'll be waiting.
they've already hit their quota here in the first half.
I mean, hit their quota, and I still believe in them to sprinkle in maybe 1 or 2 more.
Yeah, for sure.
With kind of the pace of the changing calls, I'm very curious to see what sAw have up their sleeve. If there's just, you know, one more little T-side tweak that could post one on the board.
Yeah, the main moments are just the tactics from G2 and the aim that have gotten them those first 1 or 2 kills. But outside of that, it's not like there have been extremely close late round situations. Either been sAw totally overwhelming the map off of their frag and then, you know, strategically picking apart G2's positions and reading their rotations, or G2 getting a very strong opening, clean, no answer back, and sAw saving. That's the 3 rounds we've got now for G2.
An internal timer just clicks for m0NESY. But hasn't really been able to take over the game just yet, considering he was 3 and 4 going into that last round.
I wonder where they start m0NESY and whether or not sAw go outside on this round, because, yeah, okay.
They're pulling him back. We've seen him kind of change positions. We've seen this exact angle net him an opening frag. One of the 3 rounds G2 posted off the back of his 5v4, but doesn't get it out of the gate and tries to go over towards ramp instead.
Nico kind of knows what's going to happen. They aren't blowing the smoke open, and he's not taking the timing to spam just yet.
Ooh. No, sir. He lets them cross. Story.
They don't start from secret either, so we see Mobs on the rotation down early. That's the only thing that G2 have so far.
Nico, aware of the risk of running around outside, doesn't want to get hit by this. Story. Yeah, he's going to nail it. Nico just kind of comes peeking back in a little too slow. But towards Squeaky. Oh, Snax looks away for a moment. Roman comes out in that instant.
And now they can go anywhere. I think they just wait and go downstairs as they're committing, right? They're waiting inside of secret. And now they see that m0NESY's up top.
Story given a chance to close that distance. m0NESY quickly repositions down beneath the counterpart with the Glock out. Okay, quick scope from m0NESY. Roman cleared off A.
Oh, they're lurking so much
So
now.
yeah, going down to the lower site suddenly seems all the better. It was there for the taking a moment ago, and it still is in the 3v3. But G2 rebounding. Mobs tries to dive in, and he doesn't hit either of the shots. A bit unfortunate, but all of this round was about the rebound from G2, and they'll have that smoke to try and push out. Ujurk's looking to tether with Muterus, but they're waiting out the T-smoke. One of 2 entrances. Still utility here, healthy for sAw. And that timer decides their next move. Looks like they're going to peel off, going to concede this, and allow sAw to grab an 8th on the T side.
And we're sitting in a game right now where this is the biggest advantage that they almost threw away with the way that they lurked. With 2 players upstairs, even with all that information on m0NESY, they killed Nico upstairs. They took secret very early with no secret player, and Mobs was playing very far back. There was a chance for G2 to get back into the retake if Mobs got, you know, some kind of crazy spray. But that didn't happen. sAw still don't lose the round. And they're even quite fortunate on this timing with Roman, because I think Snax is watching it, and then for one moment he gets off his post.
What did he turn for?
What did Snax turn for?
Yeah.
No idea. I mean, you can, you know, that smoke, you have to watch it, but also that smoke can disappear at any moment. It can be naded, it can be flashed, you can eat that while they're running out. So, you know, most of the time it's always good to patrol angles, but
It's just weird because he turned and looked into the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? So
when you see that from Roman's perspective, he walks out on no nades, right?
Yeah.
If Snax had heard a flash, he would have dodged the flash and got a kill.
Yeah.
It's rock, paper, scissors. Speaking of rock, paper, scissors.
Nade pops open the smoke, flash for Nico. Oh, that same 3-player pack.
That.
They just reveal themselves and kill Nico. Not the first time. This time we got Roman as well. Looking to be an X factor late from lobby. Snack slides out, vent on the back of a 3-player push. And they do get out the doorway, or at least one does, but it gets pulled apart at the tail end of the half. Looking like a G2 fourth. Roman comes in a bit too late with bomb on the ground. They start to find their groove, but a very, very smooth T-side that sAw should be proud of. Well, the Cologne debut of G2 not looking so smooth. We've got a T-side out of sAw on Nuke that they should absolutely be proud of. They dismantled some of these setups. They had adaptations fast. And the one check-in we had with Barry, he just said, keep going. You're calling great.
And I'd love to hear that because, to be honest, that was the exact thing to say, to not interrupt the momentum they were building for themselves.
I said we got it. If we win pistol and we don't win pistol, we also get it.
Was that Taz? That sounds like a Taz comm. He said something about pistol.
Snacks.
Oh, snacks, okay. They both like talking about pistols, though. That's one thing we see.
True.
Yeah.
With or without pistols. Apparently they got it. Apparently they got it.
Planning to lose. Planning to lose.
I don't know. That's what I need my IGL to say. Hey, guys, win or lose this round, we're going to win. If that's not blind belief, I don't know what is.
True.
Meteorus. Oh. Already here. One of two pieces on the lower site. Mobs gets the return frag up top. Hunter takes a bit of damage, and this cross of the vents feels a little too daunting, but at least you know you've got two players locked in, or at least you had. Because they wait on Squeaky, it gives the chance for the vent players to come up. Not one, but both. This is a total rotation from the CTs. They just go ahead, stack this A site. It's a good call. They get ahead of the hit, and they turn this down to just Mobs.
Mob's like, oh, this party's not for me. I got to get out of here. 3 players still alive from sAw, and they're like, what the hell? We saw 2 downstairs. They quietly went up the vent so early that Snacks doesn't open the door on Squeaky, and now it's close to impossible. Mobs, he's got to fight his way out of this one. He knows where they are. He has the bomb, actually, and maybe he's only confident about 2 or 3. No, they let him duck out.
And he goes.
Yeah, and they're going to chase him with 1, maybe. Oh, my God. No way they're being this careful.
He's still got a little bit of time.
Oh!
That's crazy.
Now they have to. Now they're going to definitely duck down.
Story's already on the angle.
Oh.
He tries to fake it a second time.
Played beautifully, man.
Now as he jumps over, he's going to have to just go for plant, but even that would get swarmed. I mean,
Wait, no, he didn't do it. Oh, come on, Mobs.
If only.
Mobs, he just needed to click. He could have planted. Oh, my God.
You think so?
I feel like
he missed
He started running around. He had the bomb out, and he took like 3 more steps, right?
I thought it was 3 seconds already.
When he
Ooh,
see what I mean?
yeah. Ooh.
He was already on the plant zone. Oh my God, that would have been an amazing moment from Mobs. That was literally close to impossible because sAw played it so beautifully. They didn't give up an extra kill at the top event. They didn't duck down or dive down when he tried to bait them through. Even when he fake planted, they weren't at the door to open it up yet. And he still damn near won that.
Oh, I feel like I just saw like a portal into heaven for a second.
Wonder what happened there. Sometimes if you click too early, you get punished, and you can't click it again, so it could have been that too.
But even then, even the reposition, like that was your second.
No, that's what I'm saying. If you clicked while it was pulling out, and it was too early, then it can punish you, so you can't plant it when it would normally be ready. That's the only thing that I could assume, because, you know, he knows he's on the plant zone.
Ooh. Shout out sAw, though. That rotation up the vent, you know, Mobs kind of opens our eyes for a second, but...
Man, that was straight up beautiful. This whole game has been straight up beautiful from sAw.
I love how just seconds ahead of the actual G2 commitment they were. Like, that is just such a read of Snacks' brain and the G2 timing. So, rewarded with a few rifles, a double SMG. Trying not to get deegged by the pistol prowess of G2. They got a few deegers on this team.
They're still taking all the right fights, communicating, holding G2 back. Nico's deagle, that's the only thing to watch for. I mean, people might watch this and go, G2 underperforming, but I don't know. I can't help but think about anything except that sAw have just blown us away. This is such an amazing game of CS by them.
Just such clinical calls, adaptations. And again, a few times as you go up against G2, as so many teams do, you run into their ability, right? We saw the Monacy op have its moment. We saw Nico kind of dominate a smoke or two. But every single time after that, It's a different look for sAw on the T side, and it's a round win immediately after. This was non-consecutive CT round wins for G2 the entire half long.
I mean, contrast with like the big Falcons game yesterday, and there was a moment where Big get back into the Mirage match, and it's like, oh, you want to give them credit, but it's also like Falcons just screwed it up, right? But in this game for G2, it's like they have had barely any chances to fight back.
Nope, not allowed. Access denied. Odyssey and Snacks left just floating around in lobby. I mean, we are on the brink of a clinic here for sAw. Top silo player taking a glance outdoors, but Udrik's just going to keep his head down. This is when we're going to have to test Snacks' calling in the face of the adversity sAw offer. Not to mention a free upgrade from MP9 to AK.
And their T-sides have just been okay. Like, I think when Mobs has his big rounds and like the individuals on the team, they can all get openers, so that's helped out on T-sides. But overall, this is still something they're trying to get used to and improve at. No one in ramp. So this is a pretty big moment. We do have the CTs moving correctly. Stories downstairs. But they're still sort of very stacked heavily upstairs. And with the amount of time left over, we got one molly from Nico's not being used.
Story's just going to keep his head down.
I like the way they're approaching. They go out so wide that even if Story peeks this, he's going to have a hard time with this MP9 getting the kills.
Molly doesn't find him. He's got a back turn for Nico, but he doesn't shoot. Oh
my God.
m0NESY drops in on him. Snacks gets the trade. We get the rotate down. And luckily, Nico didn't go too deep, but also because he spotted it, they're going to be on high alert for somebody to be over here. They would have seen Nico climb through before m0NESY drops in and reveals the dark play. They're hyper-aware of it, but the timing on the fights. Hunter and Nico pick one up, and that is a round for G2. That is a slide down into the B site where sAw, of all the rounds where they've been so mobile, were a little out of joint with that lower player.
Yeah, on this timing, they really thought that it was going to be G2, who were in lobby, thinking about taking upstairs after this kill, pausing and then execing again. And I think they didn't read the utility. sAw have just one person in place downstairs just in case, because ramp is this enormous gap, but no one comes. They don't have outside control. No one goes turnpike to clear out ramp, and they miss the timing entirely. It's a perfect play for G2, though. Silent but deadly. G2 could really build momentum off the right call right now.
Yeah, they're going to test Udrix. Pops up, shaves one off, drops down, and he will dive into the lower. It's just the MP9 to defend hell.
I mean, I don't know. After I saw what we saw last round, I would be trying to test rotations too if I was G2. Oh.
Nico gets sidelined here in round 16.
I mean, I love the way that Udrix is playing in this position. Now that he's got a second player coming down, let's see how they approach.
Such a good angle for a one and done when you have support elsewhere, and with perfect timing like that, slips in as they use nades. Oh, a double FAMAS headshot in a 3K round for Udrix. m0NESY's gonna finally end him, but there's the flank from Uterus, and for the 5th time here on Nuke, G2 won't win consecutive rounds. Every single time they get put down right after.
Hey, bro, with the aim that we just saw, man, I don't know. They might need him. That's 3 kills, right, for Udrix.
Was that a FAMAS?
Yeah, I know. No one else is FAMAS. He's the only one who makes the FAMAS look like it's worth the money right there.
Let's commit down, guys.
These are like G2 kills, you know what I mean? Like how quickly he just...
Ooh, wow. Hunter gets blasted. And G2 gets sent back to the past. Pistols and a few pieces of util. They're going to try to dive out. Mob's already on the 8th floor trying to swarm back site. It's a good test with 2 out of Hunter.
What?
That P250 gets it. Snacks now onto the M4, but low HP. This is that X factor, as you would expect. Nade jumped down to the back of site. Muterus just trying to hold on. Udrix goes out. Story gives cover, but there is another player still here with that gun. Snacks has not been able to find anything after those opening kills just yet. He's got to limp over with 5 health to grab bomb And he could technically plant front sight for Nico, but what's that Glock gonna do in the face of 3 players in heaven? I mean, he can't stop them. He softens up one, they both go down, and that's 12 here for sAw.
I gotta wax poetic about these guys right now because this game has been so unreal from them. Look at these anti-eco protocols. Player in mini is mollying front sight. Player in heaven is nading and mollying backside. They are not waiting at all for the plant to go down. They are taking turns putting pressure on the site while the T's are looking for a spot to put the bomb down. And that's even with the 2 P250 entries from Hunter. sAw have an answer for everything in this game.
Excuse me, sAw. I was not aware you were going to be bringing it up to a whole new level come stage 2 of Cologne. But it ain't over. We got something for Hunter if he can just harness the ability of that P250 into the AK entry this round. His teammate's still a little further back. Oh, good flash, but the Garage player doesn't get a glimpse of him, so Hunter could still be the jackknife here in round 18. Already down to such little utility here. We got a couple Molotovs. That's it for G2.
Just can't get that mistake out of sAw. And so far, it's been so clean. Muter is staying alive here in big. Story gets the first shot in on Squeaky.
That's it. 4 frags away. They try to go through Garage. Oh, Muterus gets dealt with. There's the peek from main. Good spray out of Monacy. It's pressure on Story, but he gets into cover, and Hunter can't bounce fast enough. Missed shot from the Opper. Man advantage. Take it away. You jerks out from heaven. And as sAw hangs on to the back of sight, it's a Snacks clutch queued up. Both players tether back sight, and they've got it. The most convincing map win from sAw yet in Cologne, and it's versus a well-versed G2. 13-5, folks. Oh boy, welcome to stage 2. Man, I think we could be looking at a 2-0 today.
I massively believe in the prep right now for sAw, and what we witnessed, it was actually incredible. Of course, sAw were the team that, when it came to Nuke earlier on in the year, I think they had the #1 win streak in the entire world. So it was like right before the major started, they had this quietly built up reputation in Tier 2, and just the precipice of Tier 1 of not losing to anybody. Now we come into Inferno, which is, of course, sometimes G2 territory, though G2 picked this map, and I think, you know, it's a begrudging Snacks who buys into the system because they have such a strong Inferno, but he himself doesn't like the map quite yet.
Right.
And sometimes that's partly a joke, but it's also his individual performance is particularly low on this map, so that's what they're fighting against.
Rustos, oof, doesn't get it with the Berettas. Muterus, can he get both back? His teammates are fighting elsewhere on Boiler. They hang on. Oh my God, so many bodies up in the apartments. Last CT comes barreling over. That 4-player setup inside halls almost works, but almost not enough. Or is it? Roman creeps out through the smoke. Bomb plant back sight. He gets that one on Snacks. And while Hunter is currently deeper in the apartments, that nade could have taken him out. But he puts a smoke on top of the bomb. He doesn't know if Hunter has actually gone for a deep reposition. He gets clipped and killed. As he tries to jump back into the smoke, Hunter sees just a glimpse, and that is all he needs.
I think Roman makes a mistake by running, you know, in that moment where there's still lots of time left over on it. But really hard round to guarantee for Hunter. He has the right pistols, though, to shoot through a CS2 smoke, and those are dualies. Played perfectly in that situation, but you can see the setup once again scares G2 a little bit because it's all prep, right? Such clean first game based on all the setups they had to counter G2 into Inferno now, knowing exactly what G2 want out of the round.
Well-postured pistol with the 4-player apartment setup. Comes down to the nitty-gritty.
Now this would be very curious if this works. Because they're not in a position to go re-clear mid or anything. They're really just going to tuck the entire round. And you can tell they've thought about exactly what positions, because these are spots you don't you know, find unless you've committed fully to the site. There is a lean to the bottom side of the map at the moment.
Feels like a level of preparation that's already starting to scare me. And I'm not the one that's about to just jump into a 4-player pit stack.
Yeah,
but
I mean, got to imagine Barry has had a big part in that. And they're coming.
Man, they don't even go anywhere close to B just yet.
Imagine if this mini pit stack worked. Imagine.
Well, define worked. 2 kills, is that worked?
No, win.
You're saying win the round. Oh, it is indeed hard to imagine, but we get an emphasis here towards Arch for G2 while the smokes are up. Sure enough, starting to get in. A little bit of damage for Hunter, a kill for Ujerks, but Snacks tap it away with that 35-bullet magazine. They get there, but yeah, that's got to be a little nerve-wracking. You just lost 2 players, and on top of it, you just almost stepped into a completely stacked site.
Yes. Yeah.
I would feel like they are already in my mind. If I'm Snacks, somebody who's already not confident about playing Inferno, maybe calling on Inferno, you know, I'd be looking over my shoulder.
100%.
They're in the walls.
Get out of my head. That's what they're thinking. But, yeah. G2's Inferno is infamous. They've got a reputation on it. And honestly, sAw's overall statistics on the map are not great. It's a great place for G2 to go in this veto. And I think that it still shouldn't be a problem for them. It's just that first map has us perked up. Like, what do they have to offer, man? They're so ready for G2.
Trying to get ahead of the smokes. Story tagged up a bit. Oh, he hit the dink.
And the molly's not good.
Oh, man, they're going to go through, though. Weird fight, but while the fire burns, Muterius able to peek around him and take the 4v3 advantage. Remember, Mulbs was dinked during that smoke spam. Tough spot for him on 12 HP, and Roman, his patience pays off, just sitting in spawn. So first gun round for sAw, and it is looking convincing.
So far, yeah.
But you've still got Nico and Monacy. Let me repeat myself. Nico and Monacy are alive.
Just these guys.
With that in mind, and the fact that Arch space has been offered back over to G2, we've got CT standing on boxes in the bomb site. No pit anchor to really deal with here. Monacy, if he uses more util, it's not going to get much going. But steps back bomb site, heard by Nico, so the molly does come out to deal with Muterius. And as he swings wide, Nico just baits him out. Good trade frag from Roman, and this committed position inside of the bomb site will be problematic. Excellent headshot. Does Monacy read the close one on bomb site? The flank's been found. 12 to the clock. He's going to swing out. He's got himself a second. And if he predicts this position, but 7 seconds. And, oh, Monacy, the time expires. He gives his backup all that time. Aristos just hiding in the corner, shaking in his little Spanish boots.
That's a Portuguese.
Yeah, I know. His little Iberian boots.
Oh man, that is a very nice try in the 2v4. The molly that comes down, the patience as they walk around, they do everything so correctly. That was a very, very impressive try, and I think they would be scared. So we'll see if this game goes back and forth. And for sAw, they would have loved to have win that round with 4 players alive, because now they buy into some MP9s.
Teammates just dropping like flies. I mean, that library kill from Monacy, if that one doesn't get you a little nervous.
Yeah.
You hear your top mid player get stuck against the wall, but he holds off.
How do you like that, Befana?
Mentioned a couple MP9s also means lighter utility, but barring Snacks and Monacy's AKs, it ain't a comfortable one here for G2. Let's see what Monacy can get going. As always, those mechanics look good. 1 round prior, Deagle gets softened up. Mulbs doesn't want to die. He's holding on to 2 nades. He's going to try to set something up. Hunter's already got a chance to pounce out balcony. We do get this story move through Moto, but Arostos does get into the pit. Oh, he doesn't put his head on that silver platter.
Oh.
Hunter was looking. A second cross here from Story. At balcony push, still not coming out, but you know, on a moment's notice, he's got to go flying over that ledge. Or maybe not.
Beautiful moves here from Story. They got some pressure in through middle. They already cleared this out. They have Arch as well, so the rotation comes now. They're in time, man. This is another good move from sAw. The thing is, they don't have a lot of utility left. 2 flashes. And that flash support, it looks like are both on A. So no nades here to hold the B site. Just 3 guys in a dream.
Just 3 guys hanging around, looking to make this happen. Oh, Nico!
Oh my god.
Nasty Desert Eagle. Uterus sitting inside of that smoke as Ujerks draws the attention down, but that's still a bomb site compromised. Now the bomb's still not been picked back up.
Bomb's not picked up yet.
Dude, and Story comes in with a flank and then they pounce. Oh, G2 forgetting about the bomb makes this so awkward. Another smoke spam. Another bit of pressure. And sAw feeling the vibes off that one. 3 alive as G2 fumble over their own shoes.
Yeah. I mean, they were lucky enough to get that 1 deeg on the perfect player, right? The 2 guys playing retake, excuse me, are less sort of priority. And this shot is massive. But from that point, they have a great chance to actually close this round out. And they have the right smoke and CT spawn. That waterfalls to block off the MP9, but everybody finds their time to fight. And that's something that we've seen from sAw is they know when to, not only a great game plan and like perfect positioning and everything, and the aim looks solid, but they know when to disrespect.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
They came ready for Cologne. They smell good.
Well, there's no doubt that the end of last season was a disappointment for them, right? Their biggest accomplishments in the first half of 24 was to qualify to the Copenhagen Major, to qualify to the Blast Spring Finals. Both of those events, absolute disappointments for them. You know, so you have this uptick, you burst into everybody's minds only to really drop the ball, not once, but twice. So, Cologne matters more. Matters more than ever for sAw to get a solid result. And so we'll see if they can hang on to this opening game, but versus the Pistols, it's looking good. And again, off of the back of that nuke play, you're going to feel like you can do no wrong, right? You're going to play to win because you've got that confidence of a convincing map 1 in your back pocket. At worst, Inferno slips through your fingers and we go dust 2. At best, you embarrass Nico and Monacy in their Cologne debut. G2 not able to make anything happen this round. That attempted jump onto the player in the corner of Banana gets them nothing. Story's the lowest of the 5. And this is just going to end up being a perfect conversion for sAw. The 3-2 CT start.
Yep, the 2v4 brought it close. It cost sAw a lot. And that last round also wasn't that convincing. This one is just clean on the ante. Oh, is he going to kill it? I would. Wow, he didn't kill it.
No need to waste.
Did he press E on it? Is that what we saw?
Perhaps.
Or to follow him?
There it is.
There it is. I would eat it.
Save it for another day. Time will tell if Nico starts to get unleashed towards Banana.
Yeah, this is the level 2, right? They know. Oh, man.
Nice nades.
They wanted to hunt him down.
Nico has to tuck tail after that one, so...
These interviews post-game, I mean, who knows who wins at this point, but they're going to be, I think they're going to be interesting. Like, either G2 saying, God damn, they knew what the hell was going on here, or...
Oof. Hunter comes out. Oh, and Snacks gets his entry, so there we go. It's a good hit from G2, and I feel like we'd sensed a chance for Hunter to come out that halls in the round where he was just holding with the Tech 9. This time G2 absolutely capitalizing on it, and it's an instantaneous save call from sAw. So all that early damage versus Nico matters not.
This is truly where they make their bread on T side. It's their entry pack, and I think that's the scariest part about the multi-pronged sort of effort from the T side to take over map control that makes them hard to play against. The rotations are so punishing that if you lose 2 at once on any part of this map, you lose the round. The retake's not going to happen. You need the trades. And when a pit player goes down, that just compromises everything. So it was a good chance for, I think, Aristos to stop that first frag from happening. But at the same time, G2 are really erratic about the way that they came out of halls. It was with no bracket control, no sort of notice on mid, no early information, just suddenly. And this will be Nico on B site trying to do this by himself. And as you can see, Hunter, who maybe after that last round had the idea to say, I think we can find a timing here. Let's get some better guns.
One thing for sAw to dismantle G2 on their own map pick, and like you had mentioned, a map that sAw's tapped into success-wise in the past. To smother G2's T-side on Inferno would just be a whole other thing. So Hunter's strong start at 6-3. But that's when they tiptoed into an empty apartments. Oh, Story doesn't get the shot off, and Hunter doubles down. And with it, of course, they are just going to breeze into this A site, or at least posture for the hit.
He goes into...
They group up. Muterus goes towards the boiler, but a second! Not half bad, but is it really enough to justify the retake attempt?
They needed one between the two players inside of halls, and unfortunately for Story, that's the exact fight that he was looking for. He dropped a shot that I think he would normally hit. But the crazy part about this for Hunter is the second, the follow-up. When he knows there's a two-player setup, he still comes back in for more.
sAw takes a quick glance, met by a smoke on Moto, and that pulls it out from beneath them. G2 into the lead. Back-to-back A hits. Valiant effort from Muterus, but not enough.
Good job, good call, Jano. Very good call.
But very good call there to call a compliment to Snacks maybe as they just go over it, or it's Hunter saying it to himself. Maybe pat in the back.
Guys, I'm the best. I am the best, guys.
Yep. But yeah, that's basically Hunter walking in the halls and then taking out Elise on the place. That's some good energy.
That's got to be 9Z if I had to put money on it.
Yeah, it looks like.
yeah. You know when 9Z's in the room.
Yeah.
Wanna see? Oh, that is a hefty nade, but Nico doesn't see a damn thing. That's inside of a smoke while blind. And almost a second. Story doesn't even get an off shot off. Come on, Nico knows these angles.
It falls again.
Really, third time again. We're gonna try to rock this back. Arostos from inside pit. Muterus, he's got a double. Not his first. Op shot whizzes by him, snacks on the angle inside of the pit. The counter pick from Story, just not there. And then the utility comes out. 3 rounds in a row. They are bullying them from balcony.
Yeah, I think Nico, did Nico also get a kill? Yeah, he did on the banana early on and nearly killed Story too, who had the op. And this is a game where we have seen some good starts in terms of where they want to be. Like sAw, they set up in halls. They set up on halls in the pistol round. They set up on halls in this last round. It is the right call, but it's still G2 just overwhelming them with firepower. That has been the story. And it's not even to discredit G2 in this half. That's something they should be leaning into. And that's something that they always have versus any team. And again, what makes Inferno so difficult, as we can see, there wasn't even a chance for the players on the other side of the map to think about a rotation when those first 2 trades come down. Muterus has been hitting some good shots on the A site, but Aristos has been struggling.
We've seen him caught with a grenade in hand. We've seen him just overwhelmed by numbers. Question is, 4 times in a row?
But you get a little bit of both, and it's I don't even know why. You don't need to group up and go for one site here for G2. I think they can continue to do the same thing where they put pressure on B at the same time as halls, at the same time as brackets, with 1 or 2 players in each position, well supported. You know, with just a window flash, some porch utility, and there's Monacy in the default.
The headshot nonetheless. Roman's found a good little pocket behind the Molotov here, but unfortunately for him, not given anything to shoot at just yet. Nico seems wary of the threat. Once smoke fades, we get that dink out of Roman. Trying to finish him off. Nico gets down into the ramp. Modesty trying to catch him on the overextension. He was adamant about trying to get that kill to Nico, but not able to scoop it up. Two pistols try to support Aristos on A site. G2 do indeed gather outside of A yet again. Met by smoke, they'll have to hold off. Big question, do they double back towards Banana yet again? Roman thinks the possibility is real, so he will peel off, as will one pistol. That's a flashbang to go alongside Roman's M4. Ooh, the entire site evacuation, in fact. sAw, yeah, now gonna have to scramble back in for anything at all, but no anchor in A. This isn't the bomb commitment, though. That is still indeed going back to Banana, and it's a Nico op. As he changes weapons with Modesty, the P250 on Arch. Oh, almost gets himself Mulbs' head on a silver platter. 15 to the clock.
Another P250.
Surely this doesn't go awry. Oh, the kill as he tries to jump up, but they clear it. 8 seconds to the clock. Modesty puts down bomb, and G2 get by. No stress.
No stress
No
at all.
sweat.
But overall, I mean, they did put themselves in the right spots to catch sAw, going for reaggressions and everything like that. So they're feeling the game for sure. You can see in the few small moments that G2 were allowed to answer back, their aim did come through on Nuke as well. The game plan was so overwhelmingly good for sAw that it just didn't make up for it. This is a great peak for Modesty. Story has not had a solid half so far. Their discomfort showing for sure.
Snacks, of course, the guy who gets blasted on that arch smoke with the P250, so he's hoping he didn't just lead Mulbs to the slaughter. Not the case, he gets away.
So you can see that sAw knew where the veto was going to go. They came sort of ready for Inferno, but at the same time, their stats do show us that, well, no matter how much prep they've done, they still show some discomfort. And that can be on the angle specifically, can be because G2 can be at times, of course, the best Inferno team on the planet. So it's no surprise that they lose some rounds, but I would still be quietly and cautious about thinking that this game is over. Because if I'm sAw, I say we were playing our A game on Nuke. You know, we could have still lost Nuke if we were our shots were a little off, if U-Jerks didn't carry like he did in the play-in, and all that still happened. So I'd be very much believing in myself right now.
Mulbs not gonna waste a second here. Already up in Banana. Molly to work with and a good chance to jump on site. Oh, there's moving pieces, but he just missed the crossover. I mean, Roman doesn't know he almost got hit by a truck.
Yeah, if I'm Mulbs, I do start walking. He gets spotted. And there is support as well. They might not have even seen Mulbs exactly. This is a little too tight, a little too passive right now. U-Jerk surely is about to die.
Oh, you must not have seen it.
That's a big gap that they left.
Looked like he had a chance when he kind of peeked over, but seemingly in his reaction, I guess not.
I think when he peeked over, he saw whoever was behind Mulbs, not Mulbs himself.
Right. Obviously, the utility is well inbound, so this one looking like a freebie for G2 unless Roman goes above and beyond, but you've already got a player back site. You've already got this anchor and 3 more T's inbound to work with him. So Roman gets found out, an absolute free one here for G2.
Okay, that's unfortunate. Oh, man. Nice shot.
And I feel like Nico still doesn't feel vindicated after Nuke either. You know, you're blasting people from across the map through smokes, but he wants every damn round, and honestly, this one was really no contest. Shout out Mulbs for not wasting a second. That tempo really catching sAw off guard.
I think it was from the moment, actually, that someone jumped across the CT spawn that Mulbs knew. Like, they just have no idea what's about to hit them.
Trying to chase him down, but it's a safe save indeed. G2's 7th, one of their easier rounds, in fact. CT's gonna feel foolish. Malbs is able to just get this close. Jump scare for Ujerks. This round, I mean, this one's just stupid.
So many critical entries have gone the way of G2 that there's literally just no chance for sAw to even come and think about retaking, rotating, or fighting back. They've got to get that 5v4.
Gonna try to do it in Banana by the looks of it, but using all those nades, Snacks gets a chance to pounce. Nice kill as Ujerks gets the frag in the back at the same time as he holds top Banana versus Snacks. It's not the 5v4, but it's the 4v3.
It's true.
Oh, so it was.
It was. Oh my.
Malbs doesn't waste a moment, and Muterus able to get him back through smoke. Molly comes over top. That's a chance for him to leave. We'll see what Nico and Hunter can do combining versus the 3 remaining members here of sAw.
The aim in this game is just terrifying.
Yes.
You know, you get 10 frames and you're dead.
I think the one person who's kind of been off it in that regard has been Aristos over towards Pit.
Yes, that's true.
A couple of those balcony hits could have been cleaner. But I don't need to remind him. He knows it. Not feeling good down there at the bottom of the board. We get the Nico op again. Do they dedicate to it? It's a full-blown exec, but it's a comfortable position for Muterus. Story comes over with a smoke down. So he tries to burn him off. 20 to the clock. Support back sight needed. Fire spreads, down he goes. Hunter zones him well enough. The op comes through to pick Nico off the play, and Hunter sees that as a chance to punch in the bomb. And he gets off sight because that other CT is just not on the angle fast enough. Can Hunter get to Banana while the coffin smoke's still up? Counter-terrorists looking to join forces. The only util they have remaining is that flashbang. Story crossing over, making a ton of sound. Easy pickup for Hunter. Aristos looking to get it back, and sure enough, it's a wide swing from Hunter before the flash pops, but it is indeed sAw with a 4th.
They do grab it. Yeah, Hunter is so good in those positions. It was a very good effort for him to try to win that fight, but this one comes, as pointed out, 5v4 to 4v3. And they keep the numbers up for the CT side. This is the thing that's been really daunting them the most, is G2 on these entries have been taken over, but at every step of the way this time, they slow them down a little bit, and they have a way to trade down even in this 2v1 at the end.
Well done, not falling for the flash, not looking away from it, just holding for the swing. Deletes him, and clutches up. 5 rounds for sAw, best case scenario. Aristos going real deep, real fast, and ahead of the timing here. But if he looks this way, then the deep peek.
Oh, he got away. No.
Didn't get the trade frags.
No shot, he got away with that. And he is gone.
I mean, he was as fast as needed.
I mean, I love them going for pick plays, though. This is like, think about this. Malbs and Hunter are about to approach halls the exact same way to be able to walk out to the end of halls with a 5v5, and that's when they've been their strongest. This is prophylaxis.
Making the most of what remains. A walkout from balcony.
Oh,
that's going to work out for Hunter. Uh-oh. Compromises Ujerks. You can see him of 2 minds, still worried about brackets. And this was G2 about to get a little rowdy towards Banana.
That's Aristos again.
But how much value do you think they can pull off of that 1 kill? Doesn't look to be a rotation back towards A. And sAw have yet to bite down on changing too much. They changed their A setup, but they do not pull a player off B. So Story and Roman looking to combine. And as Story looks to peek into Banana, he will see an arm clips Nico out of the round. Smoke pops on both ends of this hit. And as we go to 35 seconds, that frag grenade also softens up Monacy. So they're just going to try to push their way in soon enough to be met by an op and the AK. Well, M4.
Incredible shot here. With the smoke, perfect protocols once again.
No moves elsewhere. Frag comes down, Roman's position revealed. Story missing shots. This one could have already been put down, but luckily, Muterus comes through. And Hunter gets clipped on the jump up. It's not as clean as it was on Nuke, but it's adaptation nonetheless. And 2 rounds at the end of the half for sAw to try and swing Inferno back their way.
Opter ton tir. Daar, resta aqui, pô.
Ok.
Abrir.
Transferir com flash.
Mais.
Vou partir.
Passou, passou.
Aí, passou.
China. Boa. Entrada.
Outro.
Passou.
Vou puxar em frente. Puxa aí.
Boa.
Bora, que
Sim,
vai
lindo.
havia smoke, puta.
Bora.
Caralho.
Nice, guys. Nice. Good half.
Yeah, whatever he said. I co-signed that one. A little uptick in sAw's CT side at the tail end of the half there. G2 were hoping to get through as unscathed as sAw did on their T side of their own map pick, but we had other things in mind here. Portugal turning things around at the very beginning of the second stage of IEM Cologne. We thought we were rolling out the red carpet for the likes of G2, but little did we know sAw had slipped a landmine underneath it. Map in their back pocket means they got nothing to lose in the second half of this one. We got Rushley and MC on the 1s and 2s. And we got Story trying to get some banana control, but that half-wall player is going to draw all of his attention, pop his head off, and push G2 to a comfortable 5v4 for the pistol.
And with Hunter in this position as well, they have no ideas up this close. So they're going to have to frag their way out of this. Malbs, nice clean haircut. on one, but he dies in the pit.
Yeah, we get a little rebound. Monacy's coming through with his impact. He's got a teammate with him. Nico's showed up. Aristos dealt with. And that is a 3-piece for Nico in the second pistol. G2 off to the races.
Nice one from Nico, man. Great shots. One good trade inside a pit. About it. G2, it's a marginally good T-side to kick things off relative to their own performances. But saw's comeback was equally impressive into the half. This pistol round sort of reasserts their dominance on the map. I think their comfort will definitely shine through. This will be tough for sAw, but I'm very curious to see like what they've got for us here. They've prepared special for their Inferno and Cologne in this matchup.
And what kind of recipe are they bringing to the table? What do they got for the potluck? Maybe some sweet rice. Aristos sits inside of the balc room, ready for a little contact. He was nervous of which side's the setup, but he's lucky there's nobody else in here. Just Mobs pulling back to join forces with Monacy for the boost. And not to mention, of course, we've got Hunter on the other end. So at the time being, this
is not bad.
Yeah, this is what you're kind of looking for. This is best case scenario in a round like this. Aristos keeping the CTs occupied over on A.
He's done his job.
It'll boil down to Snacks and Nico, who still have a smoke to work with, but with a frontside smoke, sAw could just disrespect this. They could route around, looking to jump through onto Snacks, who's climbing over Coffin. Beautifully done here from Nico, making the most of the rifle. Oh, 3 and 4! Oh, just sitting back sight. We said that was best case scenario. Nico said, yeah, you're right. Just absolutely feasts.
Filthy. That was just filthy. And he's got another. Oh my God.
There's
Nico.
the ace.
God damn, that was a clean one.
That's what you love to see. Vibing with the rifle work and making very quick work of this sAw T side.
From here already, it was clean. Then this third shot. Pow. Same mag?
Nope.
Oh.
Fresh one. Yep. What can you do about that one?
All good.
Nico. Yeah. Maybe go away. Deep nade here. It's going to be G2 looking to bully. Looking to get a little respect back after the nuke blowout that was sAw's first map win. Aristos, no second D kill for him. It's Mobs coming through with the FAMAS for the triple. And that's going to post G2's 10th round on the board.
Yeah, might be hard times with this one. Might be in store for a third map. I think a lot will be understood here in this round with the buy coming in for sAw.
Oh, is that a fun round, buddy? You having fun? Blind for 5 seconds and then dead? Not every round is a good time.
At least when you die to a G2 player, you're not the sufferer. You just die instantly.
That's fair. And Nico's been putting them down quick. 15 frags at the top of the G2 board here. And while Hunter is behind him, I've got to say it was that Hunter T-side balcony impact, that 3-round streak in a row that really kind of put sAw down, bogged him in the mud. Double boost.
It's coming light and fast, yeah.
Interesting. Of course, third set of eyes over on Arch. Hunter's position found out, but the trade out of Snacks with a back turn. They're not able to trade him. He gets tagged down to half. Monacy clips the second player. Boiler Story capitalizing, and this A site could still fall. Snacks with the SMG slides into the corners.
If they go wide around this, it's going to be tough for Snacks to get this kill.
Yeah, and so sure enough, he'll fall. The utility flusters anybody else who could have been here, not the case. Let's see what Nico can do 1v2, shall we? Comes through with the Molotov. That could be destined for pit. That would suddenly put Ujerks in a difficult spot. Story doubles back into the mid box, now playing behind tall side, spotted out first. Nico swarms, and it's going to be sAw to come through, making sure the trade train, one step after another, gets through with the A play to close that gap to 4.
I love that. I mean, instantaneously they jump on trying to frag and refrag him, and that's the agreement they have before it happens. That's how you can see how well prepared they are. They don't have to make decisions as reactions. They're all pre-planned. Keeping it very simple. Excellent trades down on A. So the setup that they had would have been hard to read. You know, Monacy's going to be sitting behind them. There are 2 players up on the roof.
Ouch, heavy nade damage, but you've got, oh, Story. Nice snap, Snacks, nice headshot right back, but the spam comes out from Roman.
Not bad.
And sAw come out on top of this banana fight early. Feels like that could have gone way worse for sAw. And honestly, they're still not in the best of positions with this low health on 2.
The more they wait, the more G2 will wander. Certainly, they don't feel like they're in a position to go and search back, so they're just going to basically gamble. And Monacy, I mean, if they give him one clean pickoff and a chance to fall back, it'll buy time for rotations. But he's about to be very cramped right here. So take a heroic effort from him.
If he peeks short, that could have helped. Would have given him a chance at least for a second, but empty-handed goes Monacy. Aristos, the greatest timing, just slides out balcony, which Monacy was watching.
They also sacked the op, you know, trying to keep it here when he was most likely to die in that position. I'm not going to say this is going to affect G2's odds of closing this game out, but I will say that this is 2 rifle rounds in a row here for sAw.
You're saying it's all Monacy's fault? Everything's his fault.
Actually, I would say it's whoever game planned mobs out of the site, when I think they should have just all gone to stack with him or he leaves, you know?
So you're saying cut mobs?
Whoever asked, was it mobs, do you think, that asked them to mass Monacy to stay there? If it was him, yeah. I agree with you.
All right, well, seeing as you said replace Snacks. Or something like that.
Maybe don't listen to me.
Yeah,
maybe don't listen to me.
Maybe not.
But yeah. What was he supposed to do there? 4 frags?
I'm not sure.
Maybe he gets the early kill to go back to B, and then it's a bit more chill.
That's a teammate. Lifts the mic before he yells Londers. That's my kind of guy.
When I yell on LAN, I always forget. Wow. Never heard that out of Monacy.
Just getting a little older.
He's grown up.
Yeah. Life just slowly chipping away at him.
Is that Halzerk's chair?
They'll get back in. They'll get right back in. But they won't be doing it with the best of buys. Snacks, Monacy, Nico all limited here. We may have an interesting second half on our
2
hands.
rifle rounds in a row is nice, man.
Interesting second half, Mohan.
I'd be surprised they have the same level of confidence, but after Nuke, man, just believe. Why not?
This is 2 pistols, 4 G2. It's full conversions, 4 G2. And now that 3-round lead.
Mobs.
Okay, Mobs.
Yeah. Ooh.
Burnt to a crisp. Hunter trying to zone Muterus, but nah, it doesn't get him all the way down. And Snacks with the USP. Just hanging around with Nico. Hunter's going to have to do everything.
Crispy.
And that's a good start. If only he had gotten the kill in the corner too, right? You had somebody pinned against the wall, hiding inside of a smoke. That would have been 2 frags out of the AK. Things would have gotten sketchy. At least Monacy grabs an M4.
Aristos beat him? No. I thought he was going to go towards the end of Halls. As Hunter falls back. They want to punch this one rifle, but it's not happening so far.
Bombs also stayed loose, bottom of T-spawn. But Udric's left alone, right? Anybody playing on their own could be the liability. Or they hold for the free one.
Interesting. Concerning.
Is that what you call that?
Well, it's just a USP. If he found that there was no one there, would have been worth, but...
No risk, no reward.
Right, Monacy, M4 up in mini timing on
shot.
his side.
And no trade potential on that one. So suddenly Pit becomes a daunting task. But also doubling back to Udric's.
Yep.
That smoke will not deny Hunter his vision. Flash gets him to turn, but here goes Snacks through, popped by Story. If they let their guards down, oh, Hunter! No! The save from Udrix.
Yeah, that's nice from Udrix, just watching it very quick to it. Hunter gets the bomb down. The other gun's very far away.
Me, oh my, that could have been the moment that G2 steal away momentum, rob a round away. Hunter would have been the MVP of this one. And although he has done his job, it is simply not enough. Not enough to stop sAw from getting their 8th.
It's nice to see, though, from Aristos, because he had a pretty strugglesome first half. And that moments like that are going to be necessary in a game versus G2.
Yeah, he wasn't having much fun towards pit. Monacy on 2 HP, gonna get swept out of this one. So we are suddenly looking at a 2-round game.
3 rounds straight. 2 rifles with those. And looking at the buy here, it's coming in. And Mobs will drop the op over to Monacy. We're talking about Nico MP9.
Yeah. He knows that could have been the golden ticket.
Do it on a rifle.
Yeah.
Do it on a rifle.
Careful, though.
Oh, man, this buy is mixed up, too.
Oh!
See you later.
No trade either. Mobs.
Damn. No way
Wow.
you did that to Monacy, man.
Wow.
Aristos on the T attack, and the second half is a new man.
I mean, a welcome sight for sAw. Nico gonna get caught over by the arch. Aristos comes
he's
back.
still coming forward.
Single-handedly dismantling this A play until Hunter shows up. Again, a few shots come out from Balk. It's a drop down into the pit. Hunter primed for a big one. The headshot's on a platter, but it's a triple from Aristos. And Nico stuck outside of library. That is the bomb freed up. That is sAw to push a 9th. This is a sweet round.
Arrows Trace, we'll call it. Amazing stuff. That's a high firepower round out of sAw. They went toe-to-toe.
One-man army in apartments. Monacy on the angle,
Disgusting
waiting.
peak, man. Disgusting.
Blasted.
Instant transmission.
And he comes through, saving the day, getting just that little clip of Hunter. I mean, that shot, that's just Hunter's forehead. Trying to get back into the cover. This is suddenly a dire situation. Now we're talking about sAw with a gun advantage over G2 and a tied game on the line.
Yeah, man. If you're broke, just say so, G2. They saw the MP9s out that round. Going toe-to-toe with their Inferno. That's next level.
Anything they're able to accomplish on Inferno is an impressive feat after the nature of that nuke win. Quality Counter-Strike offered up by sAw tonight. Can they tiptoe their way through this next one with a sketchy amount of utility and upgraded pistols here for G2? Story getting ahead of the smoke. He's going to draw his teammates with it.
It's a great call.
Yep. Good timing. But it also banks on Mobs maybe missing this shot. Him and Monacy. It's a tag first. His bullets coming back. Mobs, good first and second. That's what you need. It's a pistol from the pocket. Mobs can't get a third. They are able to clear out a couple. But it's a fast move here from Snacks as well, trying to climb up into the apartments. Is the back line compromised? The bomb, it's in Moto. It's in that cutout.
Yeah, it's... why is he waiting there, actually? And Snacks, is he just going to walk through the smoke?
They reach out for the gun. There's no smoke in front of him. He's just trying to hold on to the weapons, but Snacks is in a prime position to cause a ruckus. He holds. He doesn't pop out.
Oh, and that fresh smoke, it resets the situation a bit. Oh, it's a weird one.
AK's able to move around from Arch. Aristos forced back into the deep pit. That's the T-smoke that they were waiting on, banking on. 2 players into the back of sight. Hunter waiting for the chance to come through. Muterus starts to clear them. 2 kills from him. And sAw, they get through. That sketchy situation put forth by Mobs fizzles out. sAw just hold and wait. A deep breath as they sat back on Moto, hoping that G2 would reach for those guns. And just when they lost control of them, at least they go for the bomb plant, put themselves in the post plant, and sure enough, Tied game, map 2.
Crazy that this is Mobs getting 2 deagles and that's it. Those 2 shots were amazing. And that was a G2, disaster for sAw waiting to happen. It's even Muterus inside a library with the bomb as 2 players are coming in from CT spawn, and Snacks on a timing could have walked through the smoke. Lots of things could have gone wrong in this situation.
Beautiful.
But, sAw, I mean, look how classy this is. They sit and wait, they re-smoke Arch, the communication looks very clean. They don't get scared at all, and G2 are too scared to make a move versus them. They tie this game. It was 10-6. They lost the second pistol.
This is without pistols
They
for
lost
sAw.
both pistols.
And G2 converted 2 in the first half, 3 in the second half. This was everything going well. Until Aristos has this uptick in performance and the nades!
No way they did that! 3 nades! Nico and Monacy down at the same time, sights open.
Oh man, 2 players to just blow to smithereens. And they're still cautious on the approach. They do not want to make a mistake here because sAw are on the brink of a hell of an upset.
Yeah, right.
Nuke was no contest. And this one, the cards were stacked against them without those pistols, but we have been praising the game plan, the strats, the adaptations, and now the half-to-half improvements too of Aristos. Not needed here in this one, because nades do all the work.
Oh my god, they're so beautiful right here. Everything landing square between both of them, slowing them down and eventually defeating them. 2 best players on this side of the map, and you got to give sAw credit. Every step of the way, they knew what G2 were going to do. Whether it was the pistols they lost and stacked accordingly, all throughout Nuke, every single time in this game, sAw have shown us that they have been well prepared.
Man, that is such a lovely camera angle after the fact. 2 of G2's very best deflated.
And all dead.
Barry comes through, take that timeout. We heard him back on Nuke, tell his IGL, don't worry about it. Everything you're doing is great, keep it up. Calls have been excellent.
They're playing beautifully, fluid, intelligent, clean CS. Their aimers are aiming. Aristos coming alive in the second half. This is a reference game that sAw are putting on for us versus an insane level of competition here in the second stage of Cologne on the precipice of series point. Timeout gets called, looking for some new ideas. What else could they have for us? They've already won our appreciation. Unreal. It's just been immaculate, man. Just so tidy.
Yes.
They've avoided disasters. They've had massive tactics that have come out.
Haven't fallen victims to half buys.
And then their individual players, when they're needed, they've come through. Aristos on this T side, he's a totally new player.
Dude, when he just deleted Monacy, posted in that apartments corner, you just knew something spectacular was coming. I said they haven't lost to these rounds yet, but let's see if this one's different. No chance! Cerebral with the 3K spray down back behind smoke. They can do no wrong.
He literally started that transfer before Nico started peeking.
He felt it, and they felt him. 12th round secured from sAw.
If that's not emblematic of what we've seen in this game, I don't know what is. They know what G2 are planning before they start.
The game plan was so obvious back on Nuke. To transition it into Inferno would be a whole other thing, and they've got Nico laughing in back-to-back rounds. He cannot get his game going.
You gotta respect it, man. You can get mad, but honestly, this is not the kind of game where you're not even gonna be that frustrated. You just have so much respect for what's happening to you. It's a loss that's gonna set them back and maybe affect their odds of, making a deep run here at Cologne. But what the hell are you gonna say, man? What sAw have done right here? When's the last time we've seen this?
We haven't. This was the kind of Counter-Strike we were hoping they would bring to big lands in 2024. Monacy, he goes wide. Third player's gonna trade him out.
That's 2 8 players down. They have pick control. They already know it.
Already out through Balk, already up on Grave. Bomb guaranteed a post-plant for sAw with man advantage. And as Story doubles back, he's going to get cleared out by Snack. Swap to the AK. Can they close this here? Round 23 queued up. And as Udrix leans against the wall of pit, Aristos is here to help him. It's a good angle from the graveyard stairs. It's a double up on short. It's another headshot. Nico down.
Whoa!
And oh my god, sAw playing Counter-Strike worthy of IEM Cologne. The returning champions hit a hurdle, and that hurdle is Portugal.
That's one of the most beautiful games of Counter-Strike I've seen from an underdog ever. Straight up, amazing performance across these two maps. And if you can't respect